Welcome to Creative Stranraer Hub, the place where everything creative happens. So when I started this role, I started doing these vision and action meetings. And in these meetings, people said how they wanted a more colourful and vibrant town. So I got to work to speak to loads of people in the town, what was important to them. And then we looked at getting a street artist involved. So we put a call out for street artists. We found Tragic O'Hara, and Tragic created this beautiful mural for us. So basically this is a two-dimensional, three-dimensional piece of art. And what that means is that it has three layers to it. So if you look at the back, all the blue, that is basically wallpaper. So imagine that, it's in your living room, and the wallpaper is about Stranraer. So now on the second layer, we have things that are on the wallpaper. So we have up on the shelf there is a puppet, and that is to resemble Jim Hamilton. And Jim Hamilton was a famous singer back in the 70s, and he had a hit called the Rock and Roll Marionette. So that's where we've pulled that out, because it's an important part of Stranraer. And what else have we got? The cup of kindness, because the people here are super kind. Now you may be wondering why on earth there's a box of Swan Vesta matches, because everybody wonders that. Basically, it's a bit of a folklore tale for fishing. If anybody turned up with a box of Swan matches in their pocket, it wasn't that they weren't allowed to go fishing, no, fishing was off. We're now at the Millennium Centre, and the Millennium Centre is really important for Stranraer because here they do programs, art programs for young people, and in a way they are developing the emerging artists for Stranraer. And once they've finished here, because obviously there's a cap, then they can come over and do more at Creative Stranraer. So it's a really important relationship. This is the George Hotel, and one day this is going to be an international centre for art, culture and leisure. Okay, you need to use your imagination right now. But we're going to have artists in residence, we're going to have a beautiful gallery of international artists' work, and in the back there's going to be a climbing wall for the young kids so parents can come in and have a look at the art knowing that their children are safe to play in the back. There's going to be a bunkhouse with accommodation for the cyclists, because in Stranraer we are at the beginning of a cyclist cross-country route. It's super exciting. Plus there's the waterfront that's being developed, so people can visit Stranraer for the waterfront and stay in that bunkhouse. So that's an amazing, amazing project. It's also a protected building, so we are, really working hard to save that building. This town is going to be amazing. So we're now at the Unexpected Garden, and last year this was set up by the Dandelion Project. But it was such a great success that we've decided to keep this and have it as an asset for Stranraer. And it's brilliant because everything in this garden is edible. And so you really can come down here, pick some things and go home and make a salad. Now we're at the latest edition of the creative, vibrant town of Stranraer, and this is a photography exhibition called For the Love of Beauty, and it's done by local photographers. It also incorporates a local poet from the 1940s, and she went by the pen name of Little Red, and she wrote poetry about just general days in Stranraer, but she also wrote poetry about the war. Now these poems here are just lovely little ditties about everyday life, and I've connected those up with the images. We've got all local photographers here. I asked for photographers to submit work to me, and then I selected what I thought was the best, and then I selected the best of the best, and this really is some stunning images.